This is Keith Boggs with Stonebriar Property Inspections, and this is the debrief for 21 to 49 Balcones Drive. First picture you see here is just a picture of the front of the house. Nothing, if it opens, there we go. Nothing necessarily wrong. That's just for the title page of the report. So I entered the house, the back, to get on the roof. It's pretty steep, so I couldn't walk the whole roof. But one of the first things I saw is this window is completely cracked.
Oh no!
Probably was installed that way because there's really no structural movement around here.
Interesting.
Which window is that?
It is. Oh, it's this middle one.
Oh no!
Yep.
Okay, well, that's good. Fine. We would never notice it.
Nope, you would not notice that.
There's no structure or anything else around.
And I'm almost positive it was installed that way because there's other cracking going on, and there's literally no other movement, corresponding movement.
That's what I was trying to wave to you.
What's that?
That's what I was trying to wave to you when you were up there.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good.
This is the corner compression cracking. You may get these on other corners, other corners of the house. It's part of the drying process. They're very normal. They don't affect the performance of the foundation. Now, sometimes you can get really big ones to break off that still doesn't affect the performance of the foundation, but if the rocks or bricks don't have anything supporting them over time, they can come loose. This is such a small one, nothing to worry about. So that can just be repaired. And if they do it,
all of the things that you're pointing out, are these all things that we should have?
Anything that I'll tell you, this is something you want to have the builder repair. It'll say in the report. Okay. That's just the location of that right there. This is your water heater, and it works fine. This is the model and serial number if you need it. It'll be in this recording. It won't be in the report though. This is the pressure to the house. Water pressure. The range is 40 to 80. You're about 70, so that's good pressure. These really are just for me. I use the manufacturer's labels to make sure the breakers match. They installed the correct breakers, and both breakers, 45 and 25, were correct. This is an expansion joint behind the condensers that never filled with joint filler. So these joints should be filled. This should be filled with what's called joint filler.
Okay.
It's right behind the condensers, right here.
Okay.
Right there. Yeah. This is just basically a benchmark reading of the panel box when I first got here. Just kind of want to see what the temperatures are looking like. These are arc fault breakers, so this stuff you're seeing is normal. The wiring is normal. A lot of times, by the time I've loaded the whole house with electricity, these numbers actually will get better. You'll probably see them dropping down, cooling, actually getting warmer or cooler. So that's just the first look. That's just to kind of, when I go back and look several times to see if something's going on. So I took 3 readings of the panel. This is the water. It should be gone within 72 hours. They can put drainage in there if it's not draining.
So yeah, we've already had it replaced once. So the whole there was a leak in there. We found out the water meter was broken.
Yeah.
We had really cheap water here for first.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want that submerged underwater too much. It's going to be corrosive to it, you know.
Okay.
So they can improve that. It's standing water, so it's going to attract mosquitoes, rodents, snakes.
So that's something I want to
go
through the builder first and let them go to the city, or just go straight to Carrollton?
I would talk to the builder first to see what he says.
All right.
And that's just the location of it. That door it's too tight. It's sticking and it's jammed.
Okay.
We want it tight so it's thermally tight, but it's kind of sticking. And my only fear is if you happen to have any little bit of movement, that door is so tight it may just get stuck in place.
Okay. So
it needs to be adjusted better.
No,
it's just way too tight. It's a nice door. It's a nice door. These are some preliminary readings at the registers inside the house. Kind of trying to see what the air conditioning is kind of doing up there. A lot of inspectors take readings at the supply and return inside the house. I do that also, but I don't use it for my differentials. I actually take readings at the units on each side of the coil. So these are just kind of like to see what's kind of going on, and also to make sure that the vents are blowing air.
Okay.
They were all fine, but this is just a supply reading of 36 and 51, so that's about 15-degree differential. When I got up to the attic, they both were performing fine, but I didn't realize there's another click. I thought it was out.
Okay.
That does work, so ignore that. This is your cooktop. This is what we want, nice blue flames, pronounced blue flames. We don't want any yellow or white leaping in there, so the cooktop looks good. This is the microwave. This is me heating a bottle of water, so that the microwave does work, which you already know. It's manufacturer's label. That's just for me. This is the oven. You have a question?
No, I'm so embarrassed. I didn't clean the oven before you.
Oh, it's fine. Oh my God. I've done Section 8 inspections, trust me. I've seen
Jeremy, I'm like, he's going in the oven.
I've seen all kinds of things.
Okay, so 350 is 350?
Set to 350 and heat it just around 350. That's good. This is the dishwasher. The dishwasher appeared to be heating fine. We want to get 120. It was almost there. That's just manufacturer's label. This is just to remind you, I did fill up the sink about halfway with water, pulled the plunger, and ran the disposal at the same time to kind of load it up and to look for leaks, and there weren't no leaks.
Good to hear.
This is a little bit of structural movement inside the kitchen here.
Where is
This
that?
is right on that side there. You see how it's separated there?
Yes.
And this effect is called alligatoring, so it's kind of doing this kind of thing up and down.
Okay.
So the drainage, the grading and drainage looks fine. So, I mean, some of that stuff is normal. You see it in there?
That's stuff they just recaulked. I mean, or do you
They did a radio recently.
No, they have not.
Yeah, they'll recaulk it and paint it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Overall, there's very little movement right now.
Okay.
I mean, and yeah, the house is new, but sometimes you can get a lot of movement in a year. That's just decaulked and painted. This is now look at the panel box, and it's looking fine. This is another separation. I believe that's over.
Oh, that's
up
going
there.
up the stairs.
Up there. You're right in this.
Okay.
You're gonna probably start seeing it when you walk down there. You probably didn't know it was there.
You're gonna teach us things we didn't know.
Yeah, little
Perfect.
movement in there. So there's caulk and paint in there.
I love painting.
This is your number 1 unit here. We're going to get some differentials. This is where you actually should be taking the actual true readings. The closer you get to that coil, the more accurate the differential is going to be. Both drain pans are missing float switches or condensate switches. If the city doesn't require it, the builder wouldn't have done it. But if he won't do it, you guys, I'd recommend you doing it at each one of those units.
Float switch?
I would go with a condensate switch.
Okay.
Just to avoid the secondary completely.
You'll write that up?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and then do it on both units. They're about $125 a piece.
Okay.
And so for $250, you can protect tens of thousands of dollars.
Absolutely. Sure.
This is the first differential reading at the supply on that first number 1 unit. We have 44 and a 67, so 23 degrees. So that's actually a little high. The differential is a little bit high. It should be 15 to 20 degrees, so that's about 3 degrees too high.
What does that mean?
The differential is the temperature between the supply being blown out here and the return the air going back, and that differential range should be 15 to 20 degrees. Yeah.
So it needs to be recalibrated?
Probably just an adjustment. Since it's only 3 degrees, it's likely just an adjustment. But once they get in there, they may find other stuff.
Sure.
Hopefully not, but that does happen sometimes. This is the filter. You guys are using a 1-inch filter. I don't know if you knew you can actually use a 4-inch filter.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that,
Yeah.
actually.
That's going to save you. This way, you don't have to go up there every month.
Okay, yeah, I'm going up for
You get a 4-inch filter, and
It's a fairly clean one. All right.
yeah, twice a year or once a year do it.
Okay, good to know.
This is your number 2 unit.
You know what? I just pulled out whatever they had in their last. It's like the same thing.
Yeah.
Just a better version,
Yeah.
same thing. But
They do that because it's cheapest
Cheap.
during the building of the house. The 4-inch filter is much more expensive, but literally some of them can last a whole year.
okay. Good enough.
This is differential reading at the other unit, number 2 unit. We had a 50 and a 70, so that's perfect.
20.
Right on it, yeah, exactly 20 degrees.
So one's 23, one's 20.
Yep.
I didn't think about it. I'm going to start.
Well, your attic's nice and neat.
There's a bunch of stuff up there. You already have a bunch of stuff out there.
Yep,
It's gonna
you're
be
right.
It's going to be a lot more up there.
It's
too.
organized stuff, though. She knows where it's all at.
My wife's thinking that too. It's like a storage shed in her attic.
All
We
right,
have a walk-in.
so we're up front. We're down from 104 to 84 here.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
this is the bullseye
Okay.
right there.
Yeah.
This is the low temperature in this heat in this
Okay.
this frame, and that's the high temperature in the frame. And if this was up at 130, 140, 150, then there may be some problems, but it looks fine.
I think it's too
This
loud.
is the heating on the first floor. I took 3 readings here, about 106. Pretty much everywhere I got that, and that's good.
Okay.
It's heating good on the first floor. So I got 3 readings there. That's almost 107, and it probably would have gotten even hotter. This is upstairs, so not quite blowing as hot, but that's the smaller unit. You have 2 units, one smaller.
Okay.
So, and it probably would have kept on going up, but it was heating. Yeah, there we go, 99. So getting close to 100. So both floors heated fine, 98. And that's it.
That's it.
That's super clean out. So.
So, you know, there was one more thing I'd like to show you.
Okay.
And I thought I wanted to see if you catch it, but it's more around that alligator type.
It's really. I think it's
Okay.
bad.
And I don't know. I know there's some give or take, but I don't know what.
I do have a zip level that I was going to use. I had purchased it. I already had to bring it back, send it back for service.
Well, good. So that's not terrible.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's very good.